Greetings and welcome back to the Turing test. So it says we are in chapter 2 sector 19, whatever that means and for whatever it's worth. Sector B20, there we go. I think this might actually be the end of chapter 2 soon.
I may be a machine,
Whoa.
but I personally do not believe I am stuck inside the Chinese room.
Right, you would say that. I could peer inside your databases at any time, Tom. Or pause your operation.
Do not assume I could not do the same to you.
Well, I said there was something sinister about him. There we have it. Oh my. Let's take this. Put it there. Oh, look there. There is something here. Aha! Okay, we need to go here. And we need something like that. Boink! Right. Crew quarters. Ah!
This is the crew's quarters. It looks abandoned.
You don't say. Okay. Notice, I do not see the need for so many cameras. Tom's presence everywhere is slightly oppressive. I understand the need for transparency, but why is he in the toilets? That is quite a valid question. Why are you a peeping Tom, Tom? This would be the captain's quarters. Do we see anything? No. Unfortunately, no. Okay, let's see then. Dr. Sarah Brooke and Chris McLean. Let's start with Dr. Brooke. Oh, what do we have here? A Federation tablet by Ashiyama Industries. Okay, Sarah's room. Apparently a dog lover. And very organized. Oh my. This is an OCD's wet dream. Okay, dear Tom, knowing that you're always watching, I thought I would write you a letter. As you no longer reside in my mind, I've decided to transfer my thoughts into text. I want to do so in the form of a history lesson. A lesson that perhaps you'll find condescending, but it's likely more for my sake than yours. Alan Turing is considered the father of theoretical computer science and artificial intelligence. Perhaps a lesser-known part of his life was his contributions to the field of biology. Why do you suppose his interests lay in these two disparate fields? I assume it was because he believed the world to be logical and understandable. He was a mathematician. He seemed to believe that the great complexity of the universe could be explained with simple rules. 2 years before his suicide in 1952, Alan Turing developed something called reaction diffusion systems. Inside the academic world, this work is cited more than his work on computers. It can be generally formalized as a one-line equation. I am not going to read that because I don't know every of the symbols. I'm no mathematician. However, in plain English, this equation describes things that wish to diffuse, however, also react with each other during this process. I am sure this sounds strange to you, or at the very least tangential to our lives here on Europa. What relevance does it have to anything here? Reaction diffusion systems show how patterns are created. They show how the leopard got its spots, and how the zebra got its stripes. But my real interest here is Turing's interest. That nature can be formalized. That we can understand the natural world in mathematical terms. Turing created the test to answer the question, can a machine impersonate a human? The intrigue behind that being, can the human mind be simulated by a machine? Why ask that question? To prove that the human mind is a machine. I'm not sure that is Turing's opinion, however. Concerning consciousness, he states this. According to the most extreme form of this view, the only way by which one could be sure that a machine thinks is to be the machine and to feel oneself thinking. One could then describe these feelings to the world. But of course, no one would be justified in taking any notice. Likewise, according to this view, the only way to know that a man thinks is to be that particular man. Quite metaphysical. If the human mind exists within the physical world, it obeys the same rules of physics and chemistry as every other thing in the world. Therefore, like all of nature, it is merely reactive. It is curious that nature would create, through the mechanics of determinism, creatures that believe they have free will. Conversely, I suppose, if we conclude that we are all machines, we only came to this conclusion in a predetermined manner. We cannot claim credit for our discovery, as it is just a product of nature's genius, not our own. A humbling idea, I think, behaviorism. Maybe we are more similar than we think. Sarah. Wow. Quite... Oh, hello, little generator. Bob. Oh, digital audio Broadway. Yeah, to be... quite heavy stuff. And again, OCD. Quite heavy stuff for quite the beginning. Is this an alcohol test? So, what is this? Pills. Riluzole? Alpha Lab Biotics? Riluzole? No idea what this is. Apparently she was religious and she read something about telomeres. Okay. So we have heard a few very interesting thoughts. Oh my, what is that? Don't tell me there's a dead crew member under that. Okay, he has something in his personal unit. Canada! Canada! Oh, that must be anti-radiation pills. That makes sense. Christopher McLean, he was a drunk. Oh. Was there a computer we could use at Sarah Brooks? No, it wasn't online. Okay, never mind. Well, McLean, so... No, I don't think there's anyone under that. Huh. He loved ice hockey, apparently. And... Are those brothers or lovers? Well, guessing from the looks it would be more brothers, but you never know. Yeah, brothers. Brothers or good friends. Nothing on here. Drilling reports. And what do we have here? So he had a brother, colleague of some sorts. And I don't think we find... Oh! Mission watch log sheet, I can't read it. Nah. Okay, let's continue. Dr. Soichi, Yui, and Mikhail. Let's start with Mikhail. He's somewhat organized. He has... he likes painting, apparently. Wow. And he's not bad. That looks nice. Oh, to each his own. What is that? It had a texture. Morphine! Don't tell me he took the morphine for himself. Weird. Some of the textures are not really working that well. I have to note that. Another med kit. Oh, there is text. March 6th on 2249. Journal by Mikhail Tokarev, MD. The whole team experienced nausea during the large electrical surge in Europa's atmosphere. I am concerned. This was not an instant of mass hysteria. Vital signs were affected. It caused a uniform surge in heart rate that was detected in all members of the crew. I am reporting to ISA. Don't tell me the entire crew is, in fact, robots and have to pass a Turing test right here. I don't know, this seems like a real giveaway. Let's continue. March 7th. I reported the nauseous incident to the ISA. They offered an explanation of electrical disturbance to our central nervous system. That is ludicrous. An electrical surge large enough to affect our nervous system would have done more than make the team feel ill. I am going to experiment with some shock therapy. March 8th. I have discovered that electronic fields disturb our telemetry implants in a way I didn't expect. I have contacted the ISA. Strangely, Tom was not comfortable with my attempts to disturb the implant. March 9th. The ISA have reported back informing me that I am not to disturb the implants. They have also encouraged me not to discuss this further with the team. And something in Russian which I think might be a swear word. I am continuing to investigate. March 11th. I have been running some experiments outside of Tom's view. I can tell he knows this. He has been acting differently around me, like an offended child. I feel increasingly nauseous. These implants seem to have neural connectivity. Out-of-body experiences are more frequent now. March 16th. I have established a definite correlation. Against my knowledge, I have been implanted with a device that affects my mind. I use my opportunities in regular health checkups to investigate the crew. We all have them. Every single one of us is implanted with some mind-altering contraption. Tom has been encouraging the team to worry about my mental health. He requested that I retire away from the crew. Misinformation. And another Russian swear word, I presume. March 26th. I cannot will myself to investigate this further. I grow tired quickly. I cannot think straight. I am not sure if the implant is affecting my thoughts anymore. I believe it is trying to subdue my mind. I think I am going to attempt an excision. I am going to remove this implant. April 4th. I am typing with my left hand now. The excision went wrong. I have successfully removed the implant. Unfortunately, I lost my hand in the operation. Tom is very angry. The crew refused to talk to me. Apparently I am a bad influence. Sarah patched me up. April 5th. I wonder if the nature of the organism and its disturbance of my DNA caused my awakening from Tom's influence. If so, that would make for a worrisome revelation. Perhaps this organism is not so friendly. What is it? Why is he now talking about the organism they've found? April 6th. Dan informed me ISA have called for my termination. My masochistic experiment proves I am danger to the mission. Fortunately, he chose not to lock me in the brig. I am going to investigate this implant further. I have to hide my work. The team are becoming increasingly aggressive. They seem to oppose my work to understand the implant. It does not help that Tom is encouraging them to distrust me. April 7th. I have discovered the nature of the implant. It is a complex computer. It interfaces with the human mind directly. It seems to condition the mind through Pavlovian and instrumental conditioning, eliciting feelings of euphoria when the wearer is obedient and dysphoria when they are disobedient. It also has the effect of suppressing impulses in the frontal lobe, presumably to lower free will. It seems to interface crudely with motor neuron cells through the cerebellum. It is my hypothesis that the crew is controlled by this implant. That is their strong aversion to helping me. I need a method of suppressing its impact. Perhaps a drug, Riluzole? Maybe an antidepressant to minimize the conditioning effects. Combined with a strong electromagnetic field? I could use one of the industrial electromagnets from the construction robots. April 8th. I have managed to get Chris on my side. He has agreed to test some medical procedures with me in private. It will be more difficult one-handed, but I must persevere. I am hoping to keep this out of the eyes of Tom. though I have a feeling he will still be listening. I do get the impression the pills we found everywhere, that they have found out about these implants. Pavlovian influence is there was a, I think, Russian scientist named Pavlov who experimented on dogs in the past and found out about those effects. Sorry. Effects of conditioning, giving people treats or dogs treats when they do something right, and giving them punishment if they do something wrong. So, yeah. Again, reload soul. So, it seems like he got all people on his side in the end. There's another tablet PC, which is rather long, which is pretty much... what does the time say? Is there anything else we can do before that? Because I do have... No, we can't. My throat is getting a little bit dry, so let's look at... Oh, wow. She got a ring, or wanted to give somebody a ring, maybe? A watch, and there are 2 tablet PCs, actually. And she played the violin. Wow, not bad. Motion sickness relief, and the same. How much is that? Okay, let's start with this. And the other one we will read in the next episode, depending on how time goes. So what is it you found then, Soichi? Chris. We found an extremophile, i.e. an organism that can live in extreme conditions, that survives massive doses of radiation. Radiation damages DNA. The extremophile has a virus living inside it. The extremophile scavenges DNA from other organisms, which the virus uses to repair the extremophile's damaged DNA. Essentially, they work together to survive in what's called a symbiotic relationship. Soichi. So what's the implication? What does it do? Chris. In some ways, it is an immortal relationship. It doesn't seem to age biologically. Aging and death are ultimately caused by DNA damage. We have the ability to fix our DNA, but that ability is limited. This organism can repair damage caused by massive doses of radiation. If we could harness this power, we could potentially eliminate biological aging, what is known as senescence. Soichi. So, you found something that could make humans immortal, Chris. Not exactly. There are many causes of death other than DNA damage. It would not save you from trauma, from brain damage, from cardiac arrest, etc. But it could potentially cure cancers and many genetic diseases, and massively increase life expectancy. Soichi. End of correspondence. So that is the organism they found. Another picture. Coffee. Should be stale by now. And yeah, the organism. Hi Matthew, we've been studying organism 119, and I think this, normally the optics get better, so sequencing, and I think this is just the findings, so we will leave that. And before we proceed through here, let me say thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like and comments, and I certainly hope to see you next time as well. Until then, yours faithfully, the Pastafarian.